episode number 63 of the 3 Count Out podcast. My name is RFE1, coming to you live hot off the presses after a wonderful start to the WrestleMania season of Monday Night Raw. This week, I am joined by the 3 hottest free agents in all of the NFL. We got Jackal, we got Mike, we got FGK.
Oh, somebody called me hot.
Hey, yeah, you know it. I got you.
I did, in fact, turn down Jim Harbaugh in College Football 25. He said, come play for me. And I said, no. Hi, I'm FGK.
John Cena just broke up with me earlier today, and I'm still recovering into a pint of Ben & Jerry's The Tonight Dough. Yes, I am still crying. Hi, my name's Jackal.
That's a great choice of Ben & Jerry's.
Fuck, eat Ben
you
& Jerry's.
The kid in the front row?
Oh, extremely. Wearing the Cena gear. Like,
I'm partial to the milk and
me.
cookies myself, but I'm also a fat kid in the front row. So I'm sure we'll talk about it later. But when John Cena was saying, yeah, that the people wearing the John Cena shirts, I don't fit into my John Cena shirt that I wore when I was 12. But yeah, no, I was right there.
If we're just gonna jump right into that, first of all, I didn't know I was just seated with 3 rich fucks who can afford Ben & Jerry's mediocre ice cream. But after that, I like the core flavors. I'm happy. I'm sad. I'm hurt. I didn't expect this kind of feeling. I'm gonna miss him. You know, we had so many good memories. This feels so sudden, and I'm just gonna say I'm gonna miss him. I hope for the best for him. I did not expect John Cena to break up with me today.
It's
Joke's on you. I have a Slurpee, not Ben & Jerry's.
Huh? Oh, that's why. Okay.
This is like, joke's on you. Cena bought me a Slurpee.
I don't need John Cena. I have a Slurpee.
Yeah, I want my
realized
titties in a Slurpee, not Ben & Jerry's.
John was passing out little goodies and treats left and right to people out in Brussels.
No, you don't deserve those sweet treats.
Because they said, what did we get? What did we get?
You get nothing!
You lose. Good day, Belgium.
I was going to call this speech the Willy Wonka speech, but he brought it back at the end as the breakup speech.
Yeah.
He saved it. I loved it.
Perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Loved it.
It was phenomenal. This is all I want. Like, this is the Cena heel turn is living up.
Well, and you can tell, again, you know, every great promo, there's a little bit of, it blends the lines of truth and fiction, and you can tell, like, and he did such an easy transition from good guy Cena ignoring all the hate, you know, going out there being Mr. Shuck and Jive every week to that. And you don't get a new outfit, you don't get new music, you don't get a new hairdo, you get nothing. It's going to be the same fucking guy because fuck you.
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like this is the way to do like a John Cena retirement tour, but then also a heel turn, because like he said the music is still gonna happen, right? Like, so it's still gonna be the John Cena shtick, but he's doing it just because he wants to win number 17. Fuck yeah, dude! Like, this is the most focused John Cena that we have ever seen.
I think it worked so good, in my opinion, because legitimately it felt like this wasn't John Cena the character talking on Monday Night Raw. This was John Cena the human being with all the stuff that he's had bottled up for those 25 years, and finally on a stage to voice those grievances. And the part that kind of bothered me a little bit is that the whole time he was met with soccer songs the entire time. That did kind of knock away a point or two, in my opinion.
I did like the na 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 hey goodbye at the end. That was
good. That was good. The other ones where I had no idea what they were chanting or singing at him definitely sucked me out of the moment a little bit.
It was probably in French, to be fair.
Hold on.
All they do
it's also the fact.
tuna
No, it's
beans.
also the fact
I mean,
that he was
brain
watching
can't
on
work
the
well.
phone.
He's watching on the phone?
Huh?
You, right?
What?
You were at work, weren't
Oh,
you?
yeah. I had my little cheapo Dollar Tree.
I was
Bluetooth
watching on my
headphone,
phone too. I was also at work. That's my one gripe with this. I wish that they wouldn't have put heel John
PC
On your PC?
Good for you.
Yeah.
I was going to say,
still
it's not
sounded
like they
like
were
shit.
chanting. They chanted something foreign at him once. Other than that, they said "fuck you, Cena" until it got censored. They said John Cena sucks, and that was about it for the whole time.
Yeah, but when they said "fuck you, Cena," they
what's
censored
this-
that the right way,
What's
though.
this fucking censored, by the way?
What?
I pay good money to Netflix to hear the word "fuck."
They still have advertisers, dumbass. you think Fortnite's gonna sponsor John Cena saying "fuck"?
Although I wish they would. That would be
That'd be great. That would be great. Now, my one gripe, which this kind of goes into it because I understand why they didn't do this. I just wish we would have gotten John Cena on SmackDown in Philly. That's the only thing I wish. That the Belgium crowd, Brussels, wherever the fuck they were, wherever they were in Europe, they were loud. It was just soccer chants. If it was in Philly, John Cena would have been a sink or swim moment, and I think that would have made heel John Cena. And not that this didn't make heel John Cena tonight, but it's one of those things where like environment matters. Also, like doing it 3 p.m. on a Monday, like, dude, I'm at work. I'm trying to
real quick, buckle the fuck up. Go ahead, look up the rest of the Raws leading up to Mania, bud.
Yeah, no, I know. I saw the
4
schedule.
4 p.m., 8 p.m., 3 p.m., noon.
Are they on their Eastern tour?
They're on their European tour leading up to WrestleMania.
Nice.
For a whole month?
Yes, sir.
For a very long time. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, good. Good.
I like that WWE is a global company. I get it. But at the same time, can we at least air it at 8 o'clock? Can we at least leave that? Like, why do we have... Why? Come on. Like, SmackDown was pre-taped last week.
Minority here.
Well, because you don't work a 9 to 5.
Yes, I fucking do.
Hey, I just like my wrestling, and I like it whenever I can get it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we back up to the
work
first
and
world
pro
fucking
wrestling
problems?
on? I really enjoyed that.
Can we back up to first world problems of my wrestling's not on at the time I want, even though I can go back and watch the replay whenever I wish?
No,
How dare they cater to the live crowd?
The one thing that bothers me, time, whatever, Brussels, Belgium, I don't care. The audience in Belgium, I think we can all agree on. I definitely feel that they blew their load in the first 20 minutes of the show for good reason, of course.
Oh,
because
yeah.
that segment was amazing. They were a little tired the rest of the show. Bless their little foreign heart.
Yeah.
They only had.
To be fair, you started off with John Cena and then Cody Rhodes calling him a whiny bitch, and then until the last match, there wasn't much in between. Right?
No, you had Seth Rollins coming out and said, "Yeah, I like it when you sing my song. It makes me feel some type of way."
He said, "Yeah, just go to Italy. Easy."
I'm gonna be in Italy on Friday. All right, sing my song again so I can get chubbed walking out. All right, bye. The worst fucking Seth Rollins promo I have ever heard in my entire life, dude.
That one was easy to skip
that.
through, if I'm being honest. It was an easy skip. 10 seconds. 10 seconds more. Maybe 10 more seconds.
That was having Seth Rollins out there for the sake of having Seth Rollins out there at that point, dog.
Yeah.
Like,
that's called he was advertised, and they went, "Ooh, shit."
We
did advertise Seth Rollins for tonight. Fuck, we got to put him on the card. Give him a promo.
I love all the work that Penta is doing. Penta is slowly becoming one of my new favorites in WWE. That motherfucker is tough. I thought the match with him and Ludwig Kaiser did exactly what it needed to do.
Yes.
Shit was awesome. I loved him getting involved with the main event afterwards. It's going to be interesting to see that big old multi-man ladder match. And thank God Almighty, Rhea Ripley is going to be added into that match because boy, oh boy, I don't think they're scripting Bianca's lines anymore. I also know I'm not the target demographic for her, but that was another hard promo to listen to tonight.
Yeah, she's not great.
What was that one line she said or something?
Don't overlook me, and if you think you will, you do know me. I mean, you don't know me. Oh, Bianca wins low, and Bianca also doesn't remember her own lines that she made for her fucking self. Okay.
Can I just say real quick?
No, you don't.
I love Rhea Ripley. I understand that like Rhea Ripley is a main eventer. Why is Rhea Ripley constantly in a WrestleMania main event for the Women's World Heavyweight Championship? Can we not do
That's
anything else? For I know
No, hold
Charlotte's on the other side. Why is that the problem, though? Why is Charlotte on the other side and Rhea Ripley on the other? And it's been this way since fucking 2019. Like, what are we doing?
No other woman has stepped up.
Hey,
legitimately.
hold on. I have a very easy solution. And it's a very simple answer to your problem.
Rehire Tony Storm.
When has WWE ever booked multiple women well? Besides for NXT.
Oh, fuck.
Exactly.
You're talking the Evolution pay-per-view?
They never have.
Evolution pay-per-view is
No,
good.
I was talking about NXT in general.
Oh.
You get one woman per show that is dominant. It was Becky Lynch for the longest time. She was the man. She's out. We get Rhea Ripley. That's it. On SmackDown, we have Tiffany, and now that Charlotte's back, fucking Charlotte, and that's it.
When
you
does
don't
Becky
get
come back?
anybody else getting to be like big. Oh, I don't know.
It might be Mania, honestly.
You think?
They're just going to do the same stuff with her, and then people are going to be like, "Oh, she's back doing the same thing."
She's apparently like healthy and fine, just chilling at home waiting. So
Probably Mania or something.
Yeah.
I would love Asuka back, but she's
yeah,
too
I
busy
mean,
having people
unfortunately-
break into her home.
yeah,
We've
yeah.
had Liv doing. We need to get rid of Liv being the obsessed with her boyfriend angle, because we're doing the whole women's power thing, and yet she's just obsessed with a man. Okay, and
Becky?
Raquel is just her plucky sidekick. So that automatically takes out 2 women. The rest of the women are on the middle card.
And so far, everybody in the mid card hasn't had a chance to show off a personality because I could not tell you for a single second who or what a Lyra Valkyria is.
Chelsea
Besides
Green's
that-
Secret Service agent.
No, you see, you got
No,
that
that's
wrong
Alba
because that's
Fire.
Piper Niven. Oh, Mike got it wrong
And
too.
Alba Fire.
I'm not even
No,
going
I
to guess
didn't.
'cause I don't fucking know.
I thought Alba Fire was the one that Kevin used for his entrance with the baseball bat.
No, that's Jade Cargill.
Yeah, she's the
Oh,
other
Jesus
Secret Service
Christ.
agent now.
My
All
God.
right, hold on.
No, that's Cora
If we're
Jade.
gonna be a fucking dumpster fire real quick, no, hold on. She has 2 Secret Service agents. One is Piper Niven, the other is Alba Fire.
Mm-hmm.
She came back last week. Okay,
Oh,
let's
She
get
came
that
back
out
at
of the way.
SmackDown.
Lyra Valkyria held that Intercontinental title for what, a month and a half?
Yeah, she didn't do much with it. She had a couple good open challenges, and there was no real story.
wait, she already lost it?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think
no. Oh, no. Hey, so, you want to know the
Maybe
reason?
not. Maybe she does still have it. They just haven't been. She might be injured and just they're not having her on TV. I don't know.
So,
She
here's
went AFK like 2 weeks ago.
to answer your question, why is it always just Rhea Ripley and Charlotte? I think that conversation right there just answered it. It's just everybody else is a big old pool of.
I know.
Hmm?
But you have
Who's
so much
confusing?
Well, that's
talent. Like, look at the NXT
Yeah, it's just
roster. Look at the
WWE's
NXT
garbage
women's
writing for
division. You
women.
have so much right there, ready to go.
It's a big old bowl of confusing shit when it comes to that. And I know I've been a broken record with saying this of like always pushing the goalpost back of like maybe come this pay-per-view it'll fix it. Maybe come moving to Netflix it'll fix it. Hopefully now the next goalpost is that after Mania season everything is going to get fixed. Because I know we were all still firmly in the category of adding 2 mid-card women's titles isn't going to make anything any better. And as of them being on the main roster, besides giving Chelsea Green more of a platform, they have done Bub and Kiss at the same time. So I'm thinking everything is still status quo. Hopefully come Mania again, things will be different. I'm not holding my breath.
Well, really, they just need to. Unfortunately, we're at the whole. Io should probably retain the title. Tiffany needs to retain against Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
And if they
Absolutely.
don't, that's just them taking 4 steps fucking back. But yeah, I mean, you need to have those 2 kind of lead the charge. That way, with Io having the belt, you can kind of go, okay, somebody else can take it off of her that's not named Rhea or Bianca. We can maybe start getting Jade, who you were bringing in to be, a centerpiece, into the center.
Yep.
But will any of that happen? Who knows?
Yeah,
It's
You know
WWE.
who'd be good? You know who'd be good to go up against Io if Io retains? I would love to see Io versus Roxanne Perez. I feel like Roxanne has had a great showing over the past couple of months. I would love to see that.
Well, and with her having lost to Jordan Grace, it kind of seems like they're setting her up to be on the main roster at some point.
It looks like they're getting her ready. I mean, she was in Elimination Chamber. It's kind of the thing. You get into one of those types of matches, and then that's kind of your roster call up at that point, I feel like.
Well, and she had that whole thing with Bayley. I thought, oh, now they're going to call her up, and then just nope.
Yeah, that'd be a great match right there for WrestleMania. That'd be an absolute great opener.
She was the Iron Woman at the Rumble too, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that
broke Bayley's record, I think, too.
That 100% smells like a Raw after Mania type of call up with the type of audience that's going to be there. Yeah, I can easily see that one happening, and I'm all for it.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, we won't know until that point, and we got a long way to go, and actually about a month out, almost to the day of recording. Raw, very good. Any notes that we have on Raw? Anything else we want to hit before we switch on out of this early ass episode of Monday Night Raw, gentlemen?
Finn Balor should have won. I really feel like the Judgment Day either needs to break up or somebody needs to win a match, because they have absolutely, I mean, I know we were saying this last year that they had zero credibility. Now they're at fucking like negative through the floor credibility. I mean, the only person in Judgment Day that has any credibility as a quote unquote tough guy right now is fucking JD McDonough. And that's because he almost fucking died. Finn Balor is an amazing talent. Finn Balor should have won tonight. That's what should have happened. Finn Balor should be the IC champion right now, but he's not. They need something. Desperate.
I guess I don't know enough about the story. I don't think I would have been opposed to Finn Balor
winning. Well, because there's been nothing happening since last year. They've just been floating around the mid-card, and they have Carlito with them, and everyone was like, well, now that they have Carlito, like, Carlito can probably, like, you know, he's a legend. He can try to pull his legend status and get some matches set up, and maybe he's a manager. No, who's the manager of the Judgment Day right now? Fucking Dominic Mysterio! Why the fuck is he the manager of the Judgment Day? Why is he setting up an Intercontinental Championship match for Finn Balor? What the fuck? I don't know, man. It's that story on Raw is just pissing me off, because it feels like Triple H just does not give a fuck about the Judgment Day if you were not Rhea Ripley or Damian Priest.
I don't think that's that much of a hot take there, because I just think that's true as shit, you know? Judgment Day has been floundering pretty much all. I'd be even willing to bet you that Judgment Day has been floundering ever since Priest cashed in Money in the Bank. So for the better part of a year at this point, because as soon as Priest cashed in, it wasn't about Judgment Day anymore. It was about him. Right. And they've been just floating around in the ether, in the nothing, ever since, just trying to get bits and pieces together to collect the damn scraps. Oh boy, new members, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez.
Well, hey, you liked Penta, and I mentioned that Dom was the manager for Judgment Day now, because I don't know if you caught that on Raw, but Dom is trying to recruit Penta to Judgment Day, because, you know, that's what that team needs. They need to just have somebody else that they can book in place of the inaugural Universal Champion, Finn Balor. Not good enough. Not good enough for the singles push, guys. He was good enough. Which I get that the Demon was, you know, it was really over at the time, and that's why you got to blah, 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 blah. Look at Finn Balor outside of the WWE. Look at Finn Balor inside the WWE. Those are not the same people. If they did Finn Balor outside of the WWE, if they did that inside of the WWE, he could win a championship without being the Fiend, without having the Judgment Day, just by himself. Now he doesn't even need to go for a fucking mid-card title like the IC. It's so, like, again, it's like, what was Judgment Day doing for the past year? Floundering on the mid-card. Why? Finn Balor ran Bullet Club. At its popularity. And he can't run fucking Judgment Day in the Monday Night Raw locker room? Like, the fuck is going on? You know, it just makes no sense.
Only time will tell what happens there, and unfortunately at this point, with the way that Finn Balor's been booked, I don't think much is going to come from it or out of it. Mike, what do you think about Finn Balor, Mike?
Oh, pretty much the same. I mean, the dude in NXT was unstoppable because he's Finn Balor. They brought him up to the main roster, gave him the Universal title. He got injured by a dumb move by Seth. And then
not his fault. Not Seth's fault either.
No, it was just a
shit
stupid
happens.
spot that went wrong, and they basically punished him for it, and he hasn't had a singles title since. He's had a tag title a couple times, but they've just been wasting him. But he keeps on re-signing, so I guess that's on him.
Hey, the money's good. The money's good.
Well, Corey, I'm sure WWE's paying him plenty well to drive from city to city and have backstage segments with Liv Morgan.
He's pulling a Myles Garrett of I want to win, I want to be the best. What's that? $100 million to be a nothing wrestler for the rest of my career? You got it.
Listen. Would you take $100 million to be a mid-card wrestler in WWE, or would you take $30,000 to wrestle to a half-empty stadium in AEW? Like, which one are you taking?
I think I'm taking that 100 mil.
Yeah, I feel like WWE's catering is probably better. That's where I'm going.
It's a bit of a no-brainer for me.
Less of a risk of getting punched in WWE's catering.
And there was a
AEW work you till you're injured.
or say Tony Khan sits you down and says, "Hey, all right, so we got duct tape and buckets of shards of broken glass. So we're gonna do something really cool."
Hold on, again, that's what's even worse. Tony Khan doesn't suggest that shit. The wrestlers do. And instead of going, we should probably think about your career longevity, they just go, all right.
Yeah, Tony's like, yeah, you want to do that? Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah, you want to get thumbtacks in your fucking scrotum?
Cock?
Hell yeah, dude. Let's do it.
Go for
Let's
it,
fucking
baby.
go. Jesus. All right, man.
I hope one of these WrestleMania matches does have a gimmick, because as much as we're nitpicking the extreme, I do just not want a whole card of basic vanilla one-on-one matches from top to bottom 2 years in a row. But I don't need gallons of blood loss happening either.
What do you think? What rivalries do you think right now could get to that? Because like WWE, when they put like with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, when they did their match, it like the stipulation mattered. Like it always, WWE gets us there. So who do you think? What rivalries do you think could have that no DQ, no holds barred, whatever you want to call it?
I got two off the top of my head very easily. One, the Rollins, Reigns, Punk triple threat.
Oh, absolutely.
Two, Orton and Kevin Owens. Easily.
Oh, yeah.
Easily.
Orton and Kevin Owens, I think, is finisher versus finisher. I think it's punt versus pile driver. And I think one of you guys said that, too. I forget who, but I feel like that's where it's going.
I think that one's probably going to be announced on Friday, like to make it official, because I would love to see the build up for that one a little bit more of KO and Orton trying to just beat the dog piss out of one another. We'll see, because I don't know the rest of the card, because at this point, I'd also say that I have a couple of matches that I've been thinking about that all could be big multi-man gimmick matches. One being, that just happened tonight, the Intercontinental title could be a big multi-man match. The United States Championship could be a big multi-man match. And another one that I could see happening, I think this one I would want to happen the most, just because of the athleticism of everybody, a SmackDown triple threat tag team match between the Machine Guns, DIY, and Street Profits in a ladder match.
That one will end up being a four-way, because they'll also throw in the Pretty Deadly.
I forgot about Pretty Deadly. That's my bad.
That's also one half of your tag team title main event from last year's WrestleMania, though.
Ooh, that is true.
Because last year it was Pretty Deadly and Street Profits, and it was just Judgment Day, and
no Machine Guns.
Yeah,
I'd watch the shit out of that.
So we'll see.
I'll still watch it. I'll watch it again. It was great.
We got a long way to go, and not a lot of stuff has been announced. And even still on Raw, like they didn't announce anything, even though they announced it. I'm doing air quotes. You can't see it through the podcast. They announced it without announcing it. The Rhea, Bianca, Io triple threat, with Rhea signing the contract and everything. So not much is getting actually announced just yet, which is a little annoying.
I think if they do, I don't know if you would do this match at WrestleMania or if you would save this for Backlash, but I could definitely see Jade versus Naomi, and I could see that being like no holds barred, beat the shit out of each other. But again, I don't know, because I feel like that would also be something that could very easily kind of drag through WrestleMania, because you can tell the story through Bianca going for the title and they're just kind of off to the side, and then Backlash, it's okay, now we shift the title to, Jade gets her hands on her. Ooh, maybe like a steel cage or something like that. Like that. Yeah, I could see something like that.
I just want them to cook. I want them to have fun. I want them to let loose and just give us a good top to bottom WrestleMania for us to sink our goddamn teeth into and enjoy, baby. I'm on the ride after Cena sat me down and strapped me in. I'm ready for this ride.
Mm-hmm. Single and ready to mingle.
Oh,
real quick, since you brought up Bianca again, hopefully there's like a swerve coming at the end of this to make it make sense. But like the fact that it just ended up being quote unquote Naomi attacking Jade, and right now Bianca's just basically off scot-free doing her own thing, just like, well, I'm done with that whole angle, bugs the shit out of me. So I really hope there's a swerve in there somewhere where, Jade goes, you thought I forgot about you, bitch? She interferes in the match or something, and that's how Bianca gets pinned. Something to bring it all back around, because right now it's just Bianca was like, well, done with that angle, on to the next one.
Okay, let me pitch you this then. What if the swerve is that Bianca was in on it? Bianca wins the Bianca wins the championship at WrestleMania, and then Backlash is either a triple threat or just Bianca versus Jade.
Sacre bleu.
I don't know. I don't know if I want a belt on Bianca anytime soon.
Well, it'd be transitional.
She don't need one.
I'm just saying, how about I give you this swerve?
Oh, okay. I'm sitting down.
Swerve from AEW comes in, drop kicks them both, takes the title.
He jumps off the stands and stomps Bianca Belair.
That sounds like a My Rise angle.
That
swerve from TPD.
Ties into the video game because it's intergender stuff, and that's how they up video game sales.
And then they'll put Swerve's overall rating on and reveal that he re-signed with WWE.
Oh, okay.
He did not.
Oh,
yeah.
Damn it.
Mm-hmm. He starts back in NXT. Yep.
I mean, if now that you brought it up, now you got my mind going. I think everybody has been praising Bianca for the acting chops over the past couple of shows, of weeks. I personally think that everything is a little too over the top for my opinion. Like, granted, I'm not trying to take away anything that Bianca and Naomi have done. It's just it like Bianca never had, like in the chamber match, she never had that slow realization, like, oh no, like she just cut to screaming bloody murder immediately.
Well, maybe the swerve is why,
they when they got into their little confrontation on SmackDown with each other, they were at each other's throats and screaming immediately. There was no slow burn. They just cut right to the end both times. I can appreciate it to a certain degree, but on the flip side of the coin, it makes me raise a couple of questions. Like, this acting is a little too telenovela, for my opinion.
I was in the building for the confrontation between Bianca Belair and Naomi, and I will say there were a lot of people in Philly around us. I don't know if it came through on TV or not. They have a habit of muting Philly when we say stuff we're not supposed to. But during this promo, there were a lot of people chanting bullshit. There were a lot of people that maybe felt the same way. And hey, I mean, it kind of feels a little bit like, if we were to try to do something like this, and we're at the end of the day, you could tell that it's still friends going at each other. You know what I mean? Like, it feels so. We'll see. Time will tell.
A little too perfect of an ending for my liking. Thank you for bringing that up, Mike, because I was thinking the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Jay needs to get that pack in blood. That's all I'm saying.
So in 2
What about
months,
you?
when we have this match at Backlash, you can come back to this.
In the great, amazing crowd area of St. Louis. Ugh.
Woo!
Man,
God,
after driving through it, oh boy.
You had Puerto Rico,
Mhm.
you had France, and then you get St. Louis. Oh boy.
Yep.
They have officially broken that streak. That definitely sucks, in my opinion.
Don't worry, I'm sure it'll be the largest gate in St. Louis history or whatever.
Jesus
bullshit.
Christ.
Tonight we smashed
record-breaking
all of our
number
records. We had the largest gate in WWE history. I want you to know that I have my glasses halfway down my nose right now. Just
Hey, we'll drive over there. I'll get a reporter pass, get into the press conference afterwards so I can ask heel John Cena what's his fucking Waffle House order or whatever that dumb shit was. I still have sour grapes about that. And that happened a month ago. I still hate that so much.
Hey, WWE, how do we get a press pass?
What's your Waffle House order? Shut the fuck up, idiot.
Yeah.
Thanks for wasting a question.
And what's even worse is that Rock's sitting there going, all right, this is the last question. Make it a good one. Where you get Waffle House?
Could you imagine having one question of your entire... Like, that was probably the one question that this guy ever gets to ask The Rock in his entire journalistic career. And it's, what's your Waffle House order? Like, come on, dude. Come on. You're at a WWE pay-per-view, at a WWE press scrum, and you're asking The Rock, the final boss, the guy who's on the board of directors, you're asking him, what's your Waffle House order?
Trying to be professional, trying to maintain composure. It is not of my journalistic integrity to acquire such a illustrious press pass and having elite talent around me to ask such a mundane and boring question. Hopefully one day, once the 3 Counting Out podcast is represented in one of these backstage scrums, we will bring such passion, such integrity with our journalism that WWE will want us back again and again and again and again.
For those of you that don't know what he said, that guy's question fucking sucked. We'll do better.
What he said. I think a little change of subject would be good. Good for my bones real quick. I feel myself getting a little worked up. Switching
Can't have that in your old
topics.
age.
Oh, I know, right? I got getting heart palpitation. I don't know if it's coming to the microphone. I got a weak little ticker. I can't trust it too much no more. I'm like Triple H.
Oh, don't worry. I'm right there with you. I've been having a heart attack this week, too. Don't you worry. Don't you fucking worry, dude.
I bet you have, watching your defense slowly stripped away from you one player by one.
Listen, you called the Eagles a dynasty, and apparently we heard that and decided to agree with you because
they were like, no, we're nothing anymore.
Listen. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna say this off the top because I know I can feel you in the comments typing it right now. I know we still have Saquon Barkley. We still have Jalen Hurts. We still have an all-star offense. I know. I understand that. But also you have to understand that our defense has been picked to the fucking bones. And apparently, I guess our way to deal with that is to get 20 fucking picks over the next 3 years. That doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make... I get that having a lot of picks is better than not having a lot of picks, but I don't understand why you would drop your all-star team, your fucking Super Bowl winning team, for draft picks. I don't get that part.
Hey, I mean, the upside is Lane Johnson is there for another year.
Right. So you can play half a season and blow us back out again. Great.
Yeah.
Thanks, Mike. That was so cute. Lane Johnson's still there. You got him still hanging around.
No, Lane Johnson's great. He's a very key part of of the blocking. So like that's great, but it's man, the Eagles are just getting picked apart, dude. Picked apart.
I mean, well, we talked about it on the one podcast where you weren't there. Is that you guys went hard in the paint in free agency last year to get this elite defense?
Oh yeah, no, I know we bought them. I know.
I mean, listen, I'm not. You have a Super Bowl merch in your house from this past season, so I can't talk that much.
Wearing it right now.
It did its job.
I've been wearing it. I've been wearing the hat every single episode since we won.
Because you've earned that fucking right, and I can't take that away. Damn it.
It's my crown.
It's just once you do go in all in like that, it's hard to maintain that level of paying people, because that is why the cap for paying players does exist. My God, I can't. Hold on.
Words are hard. It's fine.
Better. Yeah, you ain't kidding, man.
What we got to talk on this podcast?
God forbid. One of the ones that did, I as much as we from Detroit don't like the fella, it definitely does suck, because the motherfucker is really good at what he does, even though he is a bit of a turncoat scumbag, always just going to talk good about the team he's currently with. CJ Gardner-Johnson essentially got shipped out of Philadelphia almost to the second of us wrapping up the podcast last week in a trade with Houston for a guard and a pick.
Yeah, I know CJ. I know he has his attitude problems and all. We wouldn't have won that Super Bowl without him, I think. So I think I hate to see it. Really? You think so?
Oh, absolutely. I think, don't get me wrong, he's really good, but I think you could have had somebody else in that spot and been just fine.
Well, I guess we'll find out.
Yeah, I think the 20 draft picks over the next 2 years is really going to kind of
one of those is bound to work. One of those is bound to work.
Which it's like, it's good to a certain degree, and as absurd of a number as that is, there is always that unknown factor that just makes fans and owners and GMs the slightest bit uncomfortable, because there has been in the past where if you have draft picks, there is a chance that those draft picks don't even make the 53-man roster at the start of the season.
Yeah.
Like
that's a very real chance that those draft picks just fucking suck.
Yeah, like it's such a risk. I know that that's how you go get a younger squad to help build for the future, because I'll admit, as elite as the Eagles' O-line is, your two anchors, unfortunately, in terms of offensive linemen, not young anymore. Both Jordan Mailata and Lane Johnson, very past, I wouldn't say past expiration date, but boy, they're getting close.
Past expiration date? What, are they gonna fucking keel over on the field? They're professional athletes, dude. Professional athletes are. Look at WWE. Look at how many wrestlers are in their 50s hitting their strides. Like it's not. Granted, you don't have the same longevity between WWE and football. I understand that, but at the same time, they're not gonna fucking keel over. They're fun. They just won a Super Bowl.
Lane Johnson, 34 years old. Jordan Mailata. Oh, Jordan Mailata, 27. Sorry, my bad. I thought Jordan Mailata was older.
Jordan Mailata's my age, asshole. Call him old again.
I, honest to God, 100% thought he was in his 30s. Not gonna lie.
I, to be honest, I had no fucking clue what their ages were. But not like realistically, I do think that like I get what you're saying. Yes, they are up there, but I feel like I feel like primes are starting to get extended a little bit, and the tail end is starting to get. I feel like we could have at least gotten another year or so out of this team, and I don't understand. I get that you want to rotate old people out and get new people in, and you want to get people for different schemes, and you want to try different stuff, right? Like we won a Super Bowl last year. People know what works. We want to try something different again this year. I get that. I just don't understand why you would drop so many people.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's so many key players that they're like, oh, yeah, he's getting traded. And it's like, why? Like,
the only thing I can think of is that they looked at what they would have to pay people and who they could potentially get in the draft and went, we'll take our chances. Like, we might be able to get not necessarily as good, but some decent people in the draft, good enough to fill those gaps.
I don't know. I'm just hoping I'm letting Howie Roseman cook, because he's been doing great over these past couple of years. He's been doing great, and you know, last year is very apparent what the idea was when he picked up Saquon. It's just, you know, this year I'm looking at it and I'm like, what are we doing here? What? Hold on a minute. Hold on. I kind of like the idea of us being a dynasty. Hold on now. What's going on?
You're doing great at the clip farming, by the way. That shit's gonna go hard on TikTok. I know that's the one that you're gonna edit too. That's a good one.
I'll take it.
Outside of CJGJ, one that definitely kind of popped me and really caught me off guard, Mekhi Becton getting shipped out to Jim Harbaugh in the LA Chargers on a 2-year, $20 million deal. That's only $10 million a year. That's actually really good for an offensive lineman.
Only 10 mil.
Well, I mean, in comparison to probably what other offensive linemen are getting in the league.
No. Yeah, I meant. Look, I make $55,000. So.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. Only 10 mil. God, he's pinching his pennies over here. Well, I do kind of feel for the fucker. He is going from Philly to LA, so the dude probably went from paying $3 for a gallon of milk to $30 for a gallon of milk. So he probably needs it, unfortunately.
Do you think like players actually calculate that out, where they're like, fuck, it's gonna like I need more money, like price of living? Do you think anyone's ever gotten like fucked over, where like they go to another team and they're actually making less money?
Oh, well, Matt Stafford, 100%.
Real quick, I think I talked about this with Kev. So we talked about Josh Allen's record-breaking contract.
Yep.
And then did you see the report that came out that like his manager was like, oh well, we could probably get another $5 million out of him. And,
I did see that.
And because Josh Allen is such a great human being with his $220 million guaranteed or whatever, and his $330 million contract, he's like, no, I don't want to hurt the team by asking for another $5 million.
As he wipes away the tears with his
difference when you have almost $500 million.
Yeah. He's such a saint. $5 million isn't going to make that much of a difference. I'll take the other $195 million, though. You can keep the spare change. I'll be fine. I don't want to be too greedy. Thanks, Josh. You're a fucking saint, bud. Good Lord, dude.
Yeah, that was one of those, hey, maybe you should have just not said anything.
Yeah, let's kind of read the room a little bit, please. I know that they're more than likely going to win the AFC East again this year. It's just I think they're going to have a little bit more competition from the Patriots. And now that Old Man Winter is no longer with the New York Jets, I think Aaron Glenn and Justin Fields are actually going to give the Bills a bit of a run for their money, since the Bills are losing a couple pieces left and right, like notably Von Miller gone from the Bills defense, and also gone from the Bills that one guy who don't wear any shoes. I forget his name off the top of my head. And judging
which guy don't wear shoes?
I was gonna say, judging by everyone's silence, I think we all don't know what he is. Hold on,
yeah,
Bills
I hope
shoes.
I hope that the AFC is more competitive this year, because it feels like in all the other seasons, the past years and stuff, feels like it's always just been the Chiefs or the Bills, or just put the name in there. I feel like that definitely teams need to be a little bit more equally spread there. You got. I mean, it's not like you don't have your powerhouses in the NFC too, but I feel like the NFC, maybe it's just because I watch the NFC more than I watch the AFC. I don't know, but I feel like the NFC is at least a little bit more competitive.
And to answer our question a little bit ago, Mac Hollins.
Oh,
he doesn't wear shoes.
Wide receiver. He is now with New England. He's on the Patriots. He don't wear shoes.
What does he wear?
Nothing. Barefoot.
Does he wear cleats?
It's not on the field.
Oh no, he wears cleats on the field, but like everywhere else, his whole gimmick is he don't wear shoes.
I was like, what is he like, fucking Solo Sokoa out there?
You got the little ankle tape, and that's it.
I love you,
Solo.
NFL.
I like everything that they all have going on. The Dolphins have done a whole load of fuck and nothing in free agency, so I think the Dolphins are going to take a step back. But one team that definitely took a step forward in free agency, a step forward meaning that they went back to square one after they took a couple step back, was the Seahawks. They traded away Geno Smith. They traded away DK Metcalf. That's a couple steps back. They got Sam Darnold. I don't think you take a step forward with that one. I just think you don't go any further back. You kind of take a step to the side because you don't know if he could repeat the same luck he had last year. The one that I do think makes Seattle a better team is Cooper Kupp officially announced that he is signing with the Seattle Seahawks. I don't have the contract in front of me. Let me see if I can find it. Gentlemen, what do you think about Cooper Kupp to Seahawks?
They still need that third wide receiver slot, and then they have Kenneth Walker the third, I think, is the running back, which is okay. He's good, but he gets injured a lot. But, I mean, when you have JSN and Cooper Kupp, that's a good duo. It's a really good duo. But, the Bengals have shown you need one more wide receiver at the very least, or a really good tight end to really help that out. Because pretty easy to cover two people.
Yeah, you need depth.
Harder to cover three.
Yeah, you need depth in your receivers. I like this, though. I don't think there's anything wrong when you're a team like the Seahawks and saying, hey, we need to go back to square one. We need to start this over. We're going to grab new people. We're going to take some names that work. We're going to try some things out. And I think this is the season for the Seahawks to kind of try some stuff out. And I feel like then next season, if this season works well, next season they're taking a run.
What really helps them out is the fact that their square one is not like the Giants, the Patriots, or the Browns.
Their square one is solid fundamental
football. One is still a
football.
lot higher.
Yeah.
The contract 3-year deal, $45 million. That is very affordable for your fucking league MVP like 3 years ago or whatever the fuck he was.
Yeah, that's the problem.
That's awesome.
So Cooper Kupp has become what people call high risk, high reward, where he can be one of the best wide receivers on the field, or he can be injured.
Yup, that's the risk you take.
And now it seems like you get a real 50-50 shot.
Especially when you already look at Seattle anyways with their offensive line, and the entire reason why they had a pulse on offense last year to begin with. Kenneth Walker, I don't think he's played a full season since joining the league. Actually, I don't think he's even played a full season since like his fucking freshman year in college. Even his senior year at Michigan State, he got injured early on in the season. Of course, the motherfucker came back and beat Michigan, but that's beside the point. I think the Seahawks are going to... I think their ceiling is probably a wild card spot because I still think that the West is the Rams' division to lose. I know that the Rams are kind of maintaining, especially with Devontae Adams joining the offense, filling that Cooper Kupp-sized hole. The Cardinals are going to take a step forward, especially being bolstered on defense by, unfortunately, the former Eagle Josh Sweat. It's just the unknown, the question mark here is the fire sale known as the San Francisco 49ers clearing fucking house. Everything must go.
Like, you want to talk about going to literal square one. They got rid of they even got rid of their backup running back who ended up being absolutely incredible.
Jordan Kyle Juszczyk.
Huh?
They got rid of Kyle Juszczyk for like a day, and then they brought him back because they're like,
wait. That was a mistake.
We're sorry. We take it back.
He's actually Mr. 49er. Everybody loves this fucking guy.
I'm breaking up with you. Never mind.
Never mind. Come on back. Come on back.
Come on back.
We'll see. We'll see what happens out west. I just know we will also see, or we have saw what happened a little south from both Philadelphia and Detroit, as Cincinnati now has absolutely no money to pay any other of their fucking players at the moment because they have now reached a deal with both Jamar Chase and T. Higgins while also still paying Joe Burrow because, good Lord, this shit's starting to get expensive, baby.
Yeah, $250 million between 2 wide receivers or whatever.
What?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Have you not heard?
So, are they like legitimately out of money?
I don't know if they're out yet, but they're making their way.
They're getting close. This is from at Schultz Report on Twitter. Breaking: Bengals wide receivers Jamar Chase and T. Higgins exclusively tell me they've agreed to contract extensions with the team. Jamar Chase, 4 years, $161 million with $112 million guaranteed, making him the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history.
Jeez.
T. Higgins, 4 years, $115 million with the first 2 years guaranteed, making him the highest paid wide receiver too in NFL history. And all of this on top of the Joe Burrow contract. I have all the world's information at my fingertips. Let me find out those numbers real quick. The Joe Burrow contract, originally signed in 2023, 5-year, $275 million contract.
Holy shit.
That is almost $500 million of your cap between 3 players.
Mm-hmm.
Three players.
Okay. They better be worth it.
So
let's see what happens now.
I know Michigan media has basically been telling Detroit fans that your defense doesn't need to do anything because your offense is that good. Now Cincinnati's defense needs to do literally anything to keep Cincy in the game, because if you're paying your players that much, you need to be scoring every fucking drive. Every single drive you need to be scoring with that much money. If not, oh boy.
Cincinnati better be a problem next season or they've wasted money.
Unfortunately, the Lions have drawn both the NFC East and the AFC North, so we're going to get bullied by George Pickens and DK Metcalf, and then we're going to turn around and face the most expensive offense of all time in Cincinnati, and also the Eagles and Commies are there too. So next year it's going to get really interesting.
Nah, it'll be fine.
We'll be fine.
It'll be fine. You'll be all right.
The last piece of knowledge, and I've been asking some friends at work what their opinion is on this. There's a couple people who haven't signed anywhere just yet because free agency technically goes on until essentially the beginning of the season starts. One notable name that hasn't gone anywhere yet is Mr. Kombucha himself, Aaron Rodgers, because he is officially released from the Jets. Not signed anywhere, not leaning anywhere, not even said anything about retirement. There are 4 possible outcomes that I have thought of in this situation. Let me read you off all 4 before I get your guys' opinion on this. Option number 1 for Aaron Rodgers: retirement. Easy, simple. You ride off into the sunset. You can talk to Pat McAfee as much as you fucking want. Option number 2, you stay in New York and you go to the blue New York. Sorry. Wait, hold on, my bad. You stay in New Jersey and you go to the Giants to take their money and turn that organization into more of a dumpster fire than it already is.
Apparently.
And lose a lot of fucking sleep from both the GM and Aaron Rodgers' position. Option 3, you go and give Mike Tomlin a call, because now Pittsburgh's offense is really, really good with the addition of DK Metcalf. Hell, Pittsburgh's offense is so good that Ben Roethlisberger posted a video on the internet of like, hey, Mike, call me. Might want to come out of retirement. Hit your boy up. If Ben Roethlisberger is saying that, even as a joke, that's how you know Pittsburgh's got something cooking a little bit. And their defense is always above average, so that's how you know that's going to be an easy first-round playoff exit there. Option 4, which hasn't been officially said just yet. Kevin O'Connell has not come out to the public and officially said that J.J. McCarthy is going to be the starter for the Vikings. Aaron Rodgers still could complete the Brett Favre trifecta and make his way out to Minnesota to be that starting quarterback and complete. Time is, in fact, a flat circle if he goes and does that. I don't want him in the division again, but my God, that would be fucking hilarious if that happens.
That is tempting. Can I give you option number, what was that, 4? Can I give you option number 5?
Option number 5.
Take him to the glue factory. No, I think the Brett Favre trifecta, that would be, listen, I want it to be retirement, but the trifecta would be a real
so funny. It's so funny.
Yeah, that'd be probably some of the that would be something Aaron Rodgers would do. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. 100%.
That's the most, I think that's the most realistic option.
It's like, oh, it's right there. Unfortunately, there's a lot of time between now and the beginning of training camp, so unfortunately we just gotta sit on our ass and wait.
We gotta speculate wildly for weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Option
Mike,
number 6. He stays in Brazil and he does ayahuasca for the rest of his life, becomes a spiritual shaman, and figures out the fountain of youth. And then he comes back to the NFL, and he's a forever quarterback for the Packers. Till the end of time.
I don't like that because that's possible.
That is possible. That's the scary part.
No, I really hope, I mean, it's in the best interest of everybody, I think, if he just retires and saves the team from being a fucking embarrassment. That being said, he'll probably do something stupid and sign with the team and waste a spot on their offense. And then that team will just take a step back for a year or so. So
the only way I'm okay.
I don't have high hopes for Aaron Rodgers being elite anymore.
The only way I'm okay with Aaron Rodgers like actually signing with a team is A, if he does the Brett Favre trifecta, or B, if he signs as like QB2 and is like, I'm really only here to help, you know, because like I feel like he'd be a lot more valuable as like a quarterback coach, you know, like that's the kind of spot he needs to be in right now. I don't really know if he should be taking too many snaps at his age. His Achilles might snap again.
I don't think any amount of kombucha could get that one back up to snuff, but we'll see. Kind of
Apparently
rounding out the I guess so. Rounding out the rest of the players who still haven't signed, notable free agents still. Amari Cooper, Asante Samuel, Cam Robinson, Stephon Diggs, Tevin Jenkins, Calais Campbell, Jameis Winston, Russell Wilson, Charles Omenihu, J.K. Dobbins, Zadarius Smith, Justin Simmons, Stephon Gilmore, Kaiser White, Rasul Douglas, Elijah Moore, Brandon Scherf, Keenan Allen, Julian Blackmon, Tyron Smith, Mike Hilton, Jedrick Willis, and still, it sucks that Cleveland hasn't re-signed him, but it does make perfect sense. A one-legged Nick Chubb still has not found a home just yet.
That's a lot of names.
That is a lot of names. And unfortunately, there are no men on there named Fire Guy Kev either. I guess that football career was a little short-lived. God bless.
Oh.
Yeah, God bless. Yeah, he pulled a hammy running the 40, and
never the same.
Never came back.
Just never the same player afterwards. It's a shame, but
lost a little bit of that explosiveness, you know.
I think after dipping my toes back into the world of football, and I can see in our little podcast studio here that me and Mike and Era, we're all in our chairs. There's a nice Kevin-sized hole in his chair, so I guess we'll hold off on guessing any sort of college mascots here for a second. But I've gotten my taste of football. Let's go back into the world of wrestling. I know that it is WrestleMania season upon us, and I like I don't know about you guys. One thing that I do to get into the WrestleMania spirit, WrestleMania season, is I go back and just pick a random WrestleMania, just have it on in the background from start to finish, kind of loosely paying attention to it in the background, and various performers always
Second
stick
screen.
out to me. Oh yeah, absolutely. Performers left and right stick out to me on the screen, and it got me thinking. I want to propose a question to the group. What is your Mount Rushmore of WrestleMania performers?
Ooh.
Famously, Shawn Michaels is in fact Mr. WrestleMania.
Yeah.
But there were a lot of other people at the show of shows that deserve to be put in that high a standard alongside HB Shizzle. Now, Mike, think you're ready to go first?
I am. I do.
All right. Sit back. Here we go.
How many people are on a Mount Rushmore?
Four.
Five? Four? Okay.
Four.
I don't know if I want to include him because he should just be obviously no nonsense up there, no question. Undertaker
Yeah.
has to be it. If he's not on everybody's Mount Rushmore of WrestleMania, you're a moron. Don't watch wrestling anymore. Go eat crayons. Because I mean that man, the only one that's had a record at WrestleMania, and they ended up basing like whole matches and cards around him. So Undertaker, obviously the next one, and there's going to be a lot from this era because they've been in a lot of them. Triple H.
Ooh.
A lot of matches wouldn't have happened if not for him and him being around. So that man's been involved in a lot of WrestleMania matches over his career. Yeah, you said Shawn Michaels, so I don't want to include him. John Cena, I feel like that man's been in about 1.5 billion of them. And
hard to deny.
Whether it's been title changes or just matches, they're all good. Well, not all good, but they're pretty good.
Looking at you, WrestleMania 27.
I wasn't going to point anything out.
Yeah, but... I will. But you know what makes up for it? I would say the Firefly Funhouse match definitely makes up for WrestleMania 27 for sure.
Yeah.
And then my last one.
You got a spot.
Debating between a couple. Because it could be somebody like Chris Jericho or Kurt Angle. Chris Jericho was known. Now he's known as a joke of an old man who puts on embarrassing matches.
Hey guys!
Hi guys!
He used to legitimately be a stud in the ring. So maybe I will. Maybe I will go Chris Jericho.
I mean, listen, as goofy as he is now, it's hard to deny that WrestleMania 19 match with him and Shawn, that is up there on favorite matches for me of all time. That is a damn good match. Era, What about you, my friend? You ready to go next?
Yeah, I mean, I'm right there with Mike. I have to throw Undertaker on there, for sure. Performers. I feel like Stone Cold has to be on there. He's always always on a WrestleMania, and he's always, riding the fucking quad down. I mean, how many times has he done that, right? We'll throw The Rock on there. The Rock continues. I mean, even last year at WrestleMania 40, like he's spanned so many of them and been in the main event of so many of them. All right, so that's two.
Feel it. Rack your brain.
You know what? This is my Mount Rushmore.
It's your Mount Rushmore.
It's my Mount Rushmore. And when I think of people that have had all-time performances at WrestleMania, I can't help but put the Hardy Boys in there. We're gonna put two faces on one face. We'll do half Matt, half Jeff. They're gonna go on as a tag team.
That'd be cool for the statue. I'm not gonna lie, that shit would be kind of sweet. Though.
I just what was it? WrestleMania X7 or whatever, when the fucking Edge and Christian and Dudley Boys and Hardy Boys, like that
TLC
that match.
What
Became TLC. Yeah, that was insane. Last spot. I'm gonna go.
Anticipation.
I'm gonna go.
Oh. Oh,
I'm gonna go with Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar, shit play aside. I'm sorry, alleged shit play aside. Brock Lesnar
I believe.
has had, well, it was both. Brock Lesnar has had an amazing track record at WrestleMania, much like The Rock. How many times has he been in the main event of WrestleMania? He's had matches against Kurt Angle where he almost broke his fucking neck. He's been in every spot that you could be in. Yeah, I mean, he's a fucking beast. So I guess there's mine. We got Taker, we got The Rock, we got the Hardy Boys together, and we got Brock Lesnar.
All right. We'll save Kevin for last if he
I
if he
have to
feels
go
like...
last.
Well, because you weren't sitting in your chair, man. You only
He's back
just
from his hamstring surgery.
My quarter.
Okay, yeah, we talked about how your NFL career's been cut short.
Yeah, it's been. Yeah, let me tell you, halfway through that 40-yard dash, there was no coming back.
Yeah,
Oh,
it happens to us all, man.
Since you're back, now I guess you can go if you feel like going now.
Since Era picked Lesnar, I don't feel bad about my pick now because I don't want to pick it, but I just feel like I have to. Obviously, we're gonna double dip a little bit because it just has to be Undertaker's number one. You can't not. I'm going Stone Cold. That's an easy one for me. The Attitude Era, it was because of Stone Cold. That whole WrestleMania with all of them, fantastic. I'm not going to count The Rock though. I will take Stone Cold. As my third, I'm actually going to take the greatest beer salesman of all time, Hulk Hogan.
Ew.
I'm not happy about it. But if we're talking about early WrestleManias and
listen, it is called WrestleMania.
Yes.
Not because of anything else. Then I think he was the first main attraction. Back when he had his, marbles. But then he started drinking his beer and he went insane.
It's also hard to deny that Rock Hogan at 18 is probably one of the greatest wrestling matches of all time.
Yeah.
Just purely based off of crowd work and crowd work alone, Yeah.
It's not because of character, it's because of the work that was put in.
Yeah.
It obviously he was part of the revolution of why it went from 1 to 42. He's a part of that. He was at the very beginning stages. Andre, you could count, but if I'm being honest, he was in fucking 2 of them. So
Oh, Hogan.
Yeah, that guy. My third one, I feel like I was between 2. I was like Shawn Michaels, Mr. WrestleMania, who's arguably had some of the greatest matches, or you got Cena, who just had the reign of terror. And I think after debating between the 2, when I think WrestleMania and think who had the better matches, who is more synonymously known, I think I'm going to have to go Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Damn.
All-star
I feel like Cena definitely had a lot of great matches, but his reign of terror, I think, is well known over years, not just manias, but you got takers, you got the triple threat man, all of them. Honestly, I was also thinking Kurt Angle, but I feel like that one wouldn't stick as much.
And I mean, hey, to make you feel better about the Sean pick, Sean didn't have a string of stinky matches because, I mean, I love Cena to death, but the stretch from 25 to 26 to 27
was that Cena's fault though, or was that the booking's fault?
That's Cena versus Show versus Edge, then Cena Batista, then Cena Miz.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. Cena Miz alone, you're like, that was a main event. Oof.
And it was. That's true.
Twice in a lifetime. Oof.
But you do have one spot left up on that board.
I know, it's 4.
Well, who's your
Taker, Stone Cold, Hogan, Shawn Michaels.
Oh, god damn it. I forgot how to count. Well, I kind of feel better about my picks then because I don't have any picks on mine that was said by anybody else.
Oh, really?
I'm going original and original alone, baby.
Do it.
Carmelo Hayes, what is wrong with
Carmelo
you?
Hayes, number 1.
Braun Strowman.
Number 2, Grayson Waller. Number 1.
And that's going to be it for the podcast, guys.
It's actually the
Thanks for
series
tuning-
finale. See you guys.
See, this is what Grayson Waller does to people, man. He just tears us apart left and right. Thank you, you
Mhm.
Chewy doing cuck.
Tell him.
Called him a cuck. I feel better about myself now. I think for we all had a bit of an older pick. I'm gonna go a bit of an underrated one here. One that was very much a fan favorite, but his matches aren't exactly that talked about anymore. I think Macho Man 100% always had amazing WrestleMania matches.
Okay.
How people always say that his Intercontinental match with Steamboat at 3 was the best Intercontinental Championship match of all time.
Yeah.
His
Obviously, they didn't
match-
watch the ladder match from 31.
Well, how good is it outside of Ambrose just taking a Mortal Kombat fatality onto the ladders? I'm just saying.
That's just doing what he do. Ambrose doing
What do you do?
Ambrose things.
That's
His-
just a Tuesday afternoon for him.
Yeah.
His match with the Mania match with Ric Flair, that one WrestleMania where the whole entire pay-per-view was just a tournament to win the title that he ended up winning. Like, if it wasn't for Macho Man, that whole idea has just become a big old shit stain, in my opinion. So I think Macho Man's going to be up there.
Okay, I'll give you that one. It's a good one.
Another one that I think is a very much an under-the-radar performer at WrestleMania. Not as lengthy as some other people, but his moments do stand out. I would throw Edge up there, actually.
Yeah.
Being
Yeah.
a part
Okay.
of the TLC matches with the Hardys and the Dudleys, being a part of that WrestleMania 20 Hardcore Classic with Mick Foley,
Incredible match.
being a part of some iconic moments at, say, WrestleMania 23 when Jeff jumps from the fucking rafters in Ford Field on top of him in the Money in the Bank match,
Seeing that live was wild.
being the first person to win the Money in the Bank ladder match at WrestleMania
The
24
ultimate opportunist.
with Undertaker. And then he
Okay.
does also have kind of a stinky track record, just like Cena, with
What do you mean?
with being a part of that
Huh?
Cena and Show match at 25.
What do you-
A little stinky.
What do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? Edge and Randy Orton had the greatest pro wrestling match in wrestling
the
history
COVID
ever,
one.
or whatever, during
The
COVID.
COVID
What do you
My
mean?
God,
They had the
I
greatest match
actually
ever in the
forgot about
history
that
of all
match.
of time. That's actually how it was built. It was
The
it was
world's longest falls count anywhere.
it was the
match.
greatest pro
God.
wrestling match ever. It was,
I remember
The
that match
one
is the
that
Chris
injured him
Benoit spot.
immediately.
The one thing that saves that match, in my opinion, is that the immediate next year afterwards, he had a fucking clinic in the main event of 37 with Reigns and Daniel Bryan.
yeah, they were just trying to make the best out of a shitty situation
yeah.
there for sure. 100%.
Which parlays into my next pick, which I'm very surprised nobody said. It is going to be my OTC, Roman Reigns as Mr. WrestleMania, because it is definitely recency bias, but how could you not have him up there?
Okay.
Well,
Unfortunately,
that's-
Listen, I
when
acknowledge.
it's all said and done, he'll be on that list for sure because he's
Yeah.
never gonna be out of the main event for long.
Absolutely.
If he's out of
No.
the main event, it'll be very temporary.
He was out of
And
the
it-
main event for like 3 months, and then he was back in it.
like I know he had a little bit of a stinky with Triple H at 32. It was a
Bill,
good
that was not
build.
little. That was not little.
It was a big stinky. And then Taker at 33. It was a good build, bad match.
It was
Yeah, but
alright.
Taker admitted that was his fault. You know,
It's true. That's not Reigns'
not
fault.
much. You
I
can
also
do
don't think it
about
was the worst match, but it definitely wasn't.
It wasn't good either.
Didn't Undertaker
Yeah,
get
that's right.
concussed during that?
That was Lesnar.
Yeah.
Oh, right. No.
Different
At
30.
Lesnar, no. It was such a traumatic experience.
Oh, because he lost
Yeah.
and he lost his memory. Got it.
Right. Yeah.
Got
He
it,
lost
got it,
his
got it.
memory. Yeah. And he wasn't concussed. Come on.
But
I think
with the early 2010 stuff being what it is, I think it definitely is getting outweighed now by the tribal chief stuff. Like
yeah.
30, 37, 38, 39, and now last year, and also going into 41 this year. Roman fucking kicks it into high gear for WrestleMania now, and I really, really appreciate that.
Yeah,
well,
I
it
think
does help that everybody started taking the Rock's vitamins clearly
Yeah,
over the last couple of years.
I think we're gonna look at the early stages of Roman Reigns' career, like we look at the early stages of John Cena, where it's like, yeah, he definitely had some good stuff, but also a lot of stuff in there was not the greatest, and it was just him doing what he had to do. You know, it was whatever they had. It was not Roman Reigns' idea to have dog food dropped on top of him. So, you look at that and you go, well, you know, we kind of see what it looks like when Roman Reigns has a little bit more control over Roman Reigns, you know?
And for my last pick, I think it's a bit of an easy one, but it's still, I don't think anybody said him. If they did, I wasn't paying that much of attention because I was trying to pick my picks. I'll give it to Dwayne. I'll give it to Dwayne.
I said
Dwayne was
Dwayne.
picked.
I said The
Fuck, you
Rock.
did say Dwayne. I changed it to Daniel Bryan then.
You need to know your role, shut your mouth, and enjoy the ride that The Rock is taking you on, or whatever the fuck he says now.
Yeah, and I got chlamydia in Arizona,
Yeah,
or whatever he always
trailer
talks
park
about.
trash.
This STD thing.
I
It's
really
always
wanted The Rock
STDs.
to come out of Philly too. Oh man, we got robbed.
I will
I mean,
switch
if
it
he
to
comes
Daniel
out
Bryan.
anywhere, that's just gonna be great for him. That's awesome.
You know, it's okay to be gay nowadays.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
2025. We're accepting.
If he shows up at the shows too, I think also that would be really cool.
Oh,
That'd be
well,
really
yeah,
helpful,
no.
yeah, for the storyline, 100%.
For the build,
Yeah,
like maybe
do
if
your
he was
job,
in
show up to work, you
Brock.
know.
I will say 2025 Rock and 2024 Rock and 2023 Rock. Promo skills, not nearly as on par as,
No.
you know, early 2000s Rock.
Yeah, out of practice.
Oh
It's
boy.
out of practice.
He finds a line he likes and he says it to death.
Yeah, he strikes me as the kind of guy that when they're like, "Hey, Rock, do you want to maybe work on this promo before you go out?" And he goes, "No, that's not how I did it. That's not. We just make this stuff up on the fly. That's not how I did it." And then
Did you guys not hear the reaction to that one thing I said? I'm gonna say it 20 more
Yeah.
times. They'll love it.
yeah, and it's like listen, this shtick worked in the Attitude Era, but it's a different product now. It's not just all about the catchphrases and hit your lines and show me titties. Like, you know, it's a little bit different now. I agree with you. I don't think his promos are anywhere as good as they used to be. I mean, I'm still happy when he comes on the TV, but it's more or less because he's The Rock and not because The Rock is going to say something funny.
Oh, when he shows up on your TV. Oh, I was thinking,
Yeah.
oh, that's my bad, dog.
Well, I feel a different way when The Rock comes.
I'll switch it to
Don't we
Daniel
all?
Bryan. I think for Yeselmania and Kofi Mania alone, those two moments are so iconic now that Daniel Bryan just has to be up there
That's fair.
easily. So that'll be my four: Macho Man, Edge, Daniel Bryan, and Roman Reigns.
You like Man of the
Very
People.
nice.
You got
Man of the
a
People.
very
I like
you got a very like Macho Man, he was healing WCW. So yeah, you got very, very baby face. You like the good guys.
I like it. I like the good guy. Nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong.
I know FGK had an idea before all of this got started, is that similar to what we did with the Mount Rushmore of 2024, and I think a good thing to tweet out, and we get some other people's opinions.
Mhm.
We get a collective group pick for a Mr. WrestleMania performer, each picking
Mhm.
one from our respective trees, and I think that's actually not a bad idea if I do say so myself.
I think- Can I make a slight amends to it?
An addendum.
Sure.
Because there's four of us. I feel like, you know, as much as our list might have been a little different, we can probably all agree on a four that deserve to be up there.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of just like, all right, I'll pick this guy, I'll pick this guy, I'll pick this guy, I'll pick this guy, we all agree on all four.
Okay. This
Yeah,
might take a
we
little
can come
hemming
to
and
a
hawing,
consensus.
but
Mm.
Well, like, all right, I'll throw this out here. I think this is a given, number one, that was almost on all of our lists besides for, well, one, I think, Undertaker.
Mr. Special.
Oh yeah, Undertaker for sure.
Yeah, that's a given. I'm okay with that.
Fuck, democracy already wins. Damn it. Well, now I have to be all right with it. Fuck.
Well, why
Okay.
would you not be all right with it? He had the streak. There's
It's
never been
too
anything
easy.
before. It'll never be. Well, of course it's too easy. It's why he's number 1 on the fucking Mount Rushmore. He's the best.
It's too easy. I want to be different. I want to be different. That's always on
You could have
everybody's
said Shawn
board.
Michaels.
That was,
Well,
I
that's
already
just
said
it.
that before.
We're making the Mount Rushmore. That means, the people, like, WrestleMania would not be the thing it is today without these 4 people. And for sure,
Okay.
Undertaker
So number 1,
is
Undertaker.
one of those guys. Yeah.
Number 2.
So
Well,
I have Stone Cold. So we already Taker. So I have Stone Cold on mine. I feel like a good pick might be Stone Cold versus The Rock, who we think is a better pick.
I mean, I had Stone Cold and The Rock on my list, so I would say we could put them both on because we have 4
we can have one
slots.
more spot.
No.
But if Kev picked Stone Cold and I picked The Rock,
Well,
I have a bit of a hot take.
Ooh.
I think Dwayne deserves it more than Stone Cold because Stone Cold didn't do that many WrestleMania. The WrestleManias he did do were good, but he just didn't do that many to be up in this conversation.
Okay, fine. Then only because I don't know off the top of my head. The ones that The Rock did more of were they. So if Stone Cold did 5, but 5 great ones, but The Rock did 10, but 4 of them were God's. Why did you do that to me? Does it still count?
I don't think either one of those men have had shitty WrestleMania matches, if that's what you're trying to imply. I think both of
watched
these
Twice in
dudes
a
have knocked it
lifetime.
out of the park during WrestleMania. And Jackal, I happen to agree with you. I think if we're picking one or the two, I think The Rock goes over Stone Cold. I mean, he has the Hollywood Rock persona. He's literally like when you think of massive stars in the WWE, he's the one that you probably think of, and I think that puts him on the Mount Rushmore for WrestleMania.
See, I think of Stone Cold when you think of that one WWE star, that all star. You think of Stone Cold. When you think of what am I watching tonight, you watch The Rock. When you think of Moana 2, you go, why did I watch that?
Well, yeah, now you're talking about nightly entertainment versus WWE icon. That's two different things.
Listen. When Moana gets in a WWE ring, then I will take Moana 2 into account for The Rock's WWE career. However, I watched Moana 2. There is not one rock bottom. There is not one if you smell. And there is not one. Actually, there is a you're welcome. But that's a Moana thing. So, it's listen, I don't think you can hold Moana 2 against The Rock going on the Mount Rushmore of WrestleMania performers. Like, that's, come on.
Because hold on, Kevin, I know where you're coming from. It's just you're dipping into territory now of just overall WWE talent. I think, Kevin, your conversation more so pertains to all-time Mount Rushmore, while this one specifically is just for WrestleMania, right?
Yes and no. I mean, over all time, I definitely say Stone Cold over The Rock, but I would even debate itself. But I think WrestleMania main eventer, that sentence itself, like he's a WrestleMania main eventer. I think it's Stone Cold. And that's just me. That's my pitch.
Stone Cold had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 WrestleMania matches, and 3 of those were against The Rock. 1 of those was against the NWO. 1 of those was against Bret Hart, and the other one was against Shawn Michaels with Mike Tyson as special guest referee.
Okay, so
I couldn't even tell you what the other one was because I don't remember.
Yeah, all good though. What's The Rock stats? I'm curious if you got it pulled up.
Let me see. I got all the world's information at my finger. Well, we already know he's at 4.
You know who should go? You know who should go on the WrestleMania Mount Rushmore? You know who should go on the Mount Rushmore? The guy who helped make WrestleMania 1 a success, Mr. T.
Oh, fuck no. Fuck no, absolutely not. If we were a bunch of 50-year-old men doing this podcast, I could be inclined.
I pity the fool that doesn't put Mr. T on their Mount Rushmore.
Dwayne has had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, but that stops at WrestleMania 29 because the only thing afterwards he had was the 2-second match with Eric Rowan just for the pop, for getting a pop, because that don't count.
Ugh,
And
gross.
then
Don't count.
everything last year with all the bloodline shit.
So he had one more than Stone Cold.
And I would say with how impactful that one was last year, if you know what, I would say that it would have been negated if Stone Cold was in Undertaker's spot and he was actually a part of that match last year. Since it was Undertaker over Stone Cold, I do think we have to count the WrestleMania 40 main event scene under the Rock's category.
That's fair. I count that one.
So the ones that he's had over Stone Cold, I would say, is the 3 against Stone Cold.
Yep.
Once in a lifetime.
Yeah.
And then I'm not counting twice on a lifetime. That one was a little stinky. And versus Hollywood Hogan.
I'll give you the Hogan one over the NWO. Easily better.
Yeah.
Even though that should have been Stone Cold versus Hogan, but
that'll go down in debate for fucking ever, you know.
Yeah. In that instance, if we're coming down to like he's got one match on him, they both have the 3 against each other, and we're going by caliber, I can be persuaded to put The Rock on over Stone Cold.
All right, so we got Taker, we got Rock.
Just to put a capstone on it, like the one against Brett is iconic with the double turn and everything.
Yeah.
It's just the one with Shawn. I would argue that Steve is the 3rd most important person in that match, because that's really before he became like true blue Stone Cold. I would say Shawn and Mike Tyson.
Oh no, he was already Stone Cold by that point.
Honestly, I would say Shawn Michaels was the 3rd man in that. Like I know he was the one taking the
I agree with Kev on that one.
Yeah, I'd say that goes Mike Tyson's the name, Stone Cold's the man, and then Shawn Michaels is there.
Because you were getting towards Shawn Michael kind of being on the outs with his back.
He lost his
already.
smile.
And you had Stone Cold really he was on fire at that point, and then you had a wild card of Mike Tyson. Is he gonna bite somebody's ear off? Is he gonna punch somebody in the mouth? What's gonna happen?
Is he gonna bend someone over?
So Mike Tyson takes the 3rd spot on the Mount Rushmore.
God damn it, no!
Sorry,
I was getting my years out of order. I'm looking at WrestleMania 12, thinking that one was the Shawn Michaels one. That's why, my bad, I was getting my years out of whack. WrestleMania 12 is actually the Savio Vega match.
Oh
yeah. Boy.
That one.
Yeah, he fought Shawn after the match with Brett. I was looking at this wiki page. This is horribly fucking laid out. I thought the Shawn match happened before the match with Brett, which is why I said what I said. So I actually rescind that statement. That's my B. That's my bad.
Man.
I mean, I know it's the
can't fucking read it.
I know it's the obvious choice, but should we put Shawn Michaels on the Mount Rushmore of WrestleMania? Because I mean, it's not a personal list; it's an all-time list that we're talking here. Like I know it's obvious, but you know.
Listen, I said what I said about Undertaker, and I was shot down immediately. So I'm not gonna say nothing. Leaving that up to you 3.
All right, real quick. I want to put a pin in that. I want to put a pin in Shawn Michaels for now. Let's say there's only one spot left. Who do you guys think should be in it?
If there's only one left. If there's only one left.
Triple H.
Triple H, he wasn't anybody's list.
He was on my list.
This is an all-timer. Okay. And it doesn't matter. This is all time. It's not just from our lists. This is an all-time best of the best. Of course, it's going to be names that are easy choices.
Because it's both. Oh, God. Oh, now it's getting tough. Now it's getting really tough.
Triple H is iconic when it comes to WrestleMania. He's iconic. He's a draw. You go to WrestleMania because you want to see the match that he's in.
He was a champion during a lot of WrestleMania.
Basically from 20 to 32.
Yeah, and he was a champion that long for a reason. Like there's a reason why he was constantly in the main event scene.
But you wanted to watch that match to see someone kick Triple H's ass. You know
what's the role of a heel in the match? Is it not so that way? Is it not to be there so that way when you get your ass kicked, people feel good about it?
To be the opposite of a toe.
That's wrong kind. Wrong kind.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
God, this is actually tough.
The reason
I don't know if
putting a
I'm
pin in
sold on
Shawn,
Triple H, but I get where the argument is.
the reason I was putting a pin in Shawn Michaels is because I was hoping somebody was going to say somebody other than Triple H, so then I could have made the argument for Shawn Michaels or Triple H.
Man.
Okay, so somebody other than Triple H or Shawn Michaels. Okay.
I'm not gonna say anyone besides, but maybe
Because who do you, and I could mean even recently, who is, and I think Jekyll had a very good pick, and if he's not on there now, he will be eventually with Roman Reigns.
Roman.
I
don't hate it. I don't hate it.
I don't think I like it either.
Do you like it just because you've seen the character so much, which also puts credence in the fact that he should be on there?
Recency
Recency
bias.
Because I see it a lot. I'm thinking of all the matches that have been good, great, and poo. And the match I think is great, and this is just a personal pick, is the 31 main event. I really enjoy that match for some reason. I don't know why. But then you got the Triple H match, which arguably may be one of the worst main events of all time. I feel like that holds credence here.
I feel like if I can't pick Triple H or Shawn Michaels, I look back at the Bloodline main event last year. We had Undertaker, we had The Rock. My third man is the man who will win 17 at WrestleMania this year, the greatest of all time, John Cena.
That's a good one too. I know what I said about 25, 26, 27, but 22 is great. 23 is good. 24 is great. The Firefly Funhouse match is amazing.
Listen, any John Cena matches that you have a problem with at WrestleMania is probably Vince McMahon that you have a problem with.
I mean, I agree, but are we just going to skate by Austin Theory versus John Cena?
Oh no, the special needs kids match.
Cena tried.
Special needs kids match.
Listen, go back and look at that match. Cena tried to make him. He tried. He did the best with what he was given.
I think that's more of a fault on Austin Theory.
Think about what John Cena said to us hours ago. He gave you everything.
I'm not gonna be the guy that goes, that was Theory. It's two people are in a match. It takes two people to tango. If the match is a poo, it's not because of one person. It's usually because of both or something. Unless you're Goldberg, in which case, yes, it is your fucking fault.
You say that, I raise people that have had drug issues and were in matches a la Jeff Hardy. He's ruined plenty of matches because he was on drugs. There are plenty of times where it's just one person's fault.
I mean, that's such a specific example, though. Fine. A match where drug abuse isn't involved, just two people wrestling.
New Jack's entire match catalog.
We don't need to talk about the DLC. We're an hour and a half. We're hour 40 into this. Can we get back on track?
Okay. All right. Taker, Rock. I'll go. My 2 cents. Taker, Rock. I'll go. Cena Reigns. Is
the last two?
You're not putting in Shawn Michaels or Triple H. You're saying fuck them both.
Well, I said the whole thing about making it too easy, and I'm going to stand by that fact.
Well, that's the point. We're supposed to make it too easy. This is a Mount Rushmore.
This is hard. If it's between Cena and Reigns, give me Cena. If it's between Triple H and Shawn Michaels, give me Shawn Michaels. That's my pick. That's my vote.
Yeah, give me Shawn over Triple H.
I don't hate that. Because I think I think Shawn's worst WrestleMania match is still better than Hunter's best WrestleMania match.
I don't know.
I can concur with that.
Yeah. I don't know if that's true because the man has had a hell of a catalog for WrestleMania.
Exactly.
But
no,
I would say there's a reason we call him Mr. WrestleMania, and I do think if there was a 5-headed Mount Rushmore, Triple H is on there because the man has been around for ages and has been a part of WrestleMania more than most people. But I am okay with Shawn Michaels and John Cena.
All right. I guess for sake of conversation, I'll be okay with it too. Girl. I like this though. I like this. I like that we're actually using our noggins here and giving a good hearty opinions and not just saying, I think this guy's gonna win. But wait, real quick, we got a couple more matches to do that. It'll be quick. Because this is coming out this Saturday and Saturday night live on twitch.tv/Jacko Joker, Jacko-Mania 4, where Era and FGK will go 1-on-1 in a bloodline rules match for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Ooh, I can't wait to easily retain. I'm actually probably thinking about taking the week off.
Well, you can take the week off. You can say you're going to easily retain, but here's the thing. At the bottom of the line, at the end of the day, I'm the one that's getting ready to beat your ass. I know that I'm the one that's the underdog, but Philly plays from the underdog position, and we win championships. I'm going to walk into Jacko-Mania with nothing around my waist. I'm going to leave a little bit heavier when I have your title over my shoulder.
Corners, gentlemen. Corners, to your corners. Save it for tonight. Let me at him. First things first. This is going to be real quick pick'ems because I think you guys can pick up what I'm putting down. Who do you think is going to win the women's Royal Rumble?
Dandy Dragons.
Mike has a match. We're getting to him.
I'm not in the women's Royal Rumble. Spoiler alert.
Dandy Dragons.
Well, let me tell you, I saw some creation here, and let me just say, Ina is shaping up to be a powerhouse.
Surprised FGK didn't say Diary of Mary Jane. I've had her sign the contract to come on to Jacko-Mania 4 this year.
I was actually going to ask if I get a quick rundown of who's in there. Just like a few
you ain't getting a rundown. You ain't getting nothing.
Just pick a name, Kev.
Give me Mary Jane. I can't root against it.
That's your choice. There you go.
Next match. The TF2 Extreme Rules Battle Royale Extravaganza. Who's
give
winning
me Spy.
that
Backstabbing everybody. Give me Spy.
Sapping my century. You both got Spy. Let's say a Spy sapping my century and a Spy's holding that win.
Mike. I think I'm agreeing with everybody, man. I think it's the Spy.
It's the Spy.
The next match on the card. This is going to be held in underground rules category.
Oh boy!
Officially announced for the first time, it is going to be Big Baby going 1-on-1 with Mike.
Oh
goddamn right
no! Mike,
It's
you pulled Big
Mike.
Baby for underground rules, dude. You gotta watch out, man.
Out forever. All right.
You gotta watch out.
Nothing.
Big Baby's in big trouble.
You watch out for that bonsai drop, maybe hey, you need me to watch your back? You need a little.
Well, don't you worry about it, okay?
I mean, there's a lot to watch, that's a big baby.
It is a big baby.
I don't know what this next match is. I think someone just scribbled in the words "Kimulators," so we'll see. We'll see what happens there.
Is this your Szechuan sauce?
I think you better watch out. There's a genie in there.
Oh. For America.
Then who do we think is winning the men's Royal Rumble match?
Am I in this?
Maybe.
If I'm in it, me.
You gotta defend your title back-to-back years.
If I'm in this one, then me. If I'm not in this one, I'm
at the edge of my seat here.
Oh, did it not come through?
That did not come through Discord.
Oh, well, I'm just gonna keep you guessing.
Okay.
No. If it's not me, then it's gonna be Big Chevy, because he's a big Chevy, and I don't know how you throw a truck out of the ring like that. I don't know. He's pretty
hard.
Yeah,
big.
It's gonna take a lot of guys to lift a truck out of the ring.
Kevin, Mike.
I don't know if I'm in it. If I'm in it, it's gonna be me. But I don't know. I didn't get a letter yet, so I don't know if it's me.
Pete.
Way to steal my joke. Way to steal my joke.
I mean, it's not much of a joke. I'm just saying.
It's
It'd be so
real.
easy of a win.
It ain't a joke, but that's the truth.
Sucker.
If it ain't me, because I'm always gonna work for myself first. Fuck, I don't know. I don't fucking know. You know what? Oh wait, no, I can't pick him.
No, Joe
Gimme.
Biden is not going to be in the Rumble.
No,
God damn it.
Are you sure? He's got a lot of free
not
time.
this time, anyways.
He's got that free time now.
Yeah,
can
but he got
auto-pen
lost
his
last year. We can't. He
I
got
don't-
lost
I
last
don't
year.
know
We
if
can't
he's
let him
in
try
it.
and find it again.
I really hope this man is in it, because the story of last year's Royal Rumble was probably the greatest of all time, with the first in, first out. I really want that Jackal Joker to win
Jesus
this time.
Christ. Well,
Because that was
young
the
rookie,
greatest
Fuck's sake.
Royal Rumble moment.
both
of
young
all
upstart
time.
Jackal
Both
Joker.
Rumbles.
Speaking of which, this one should be real quick. The Jackal Joker must die match. Jackal versus Tommy Vendetta in an Extreme Rules match. Who do we got?
I'd like to real quick say, hey, Jackal, I'd recommend that you go back and you watch the YouTube video that came out today. We watched the best indie wrestling ever while we watched Tommy Vendetta remain undefeated. You might want to go back and take some notes there. Listen, I'm sure you're gonna put up a fight. I'm sure you'll get a couple chair shots in there. But Jackal, I am sorry. Tommy Vendetta is going to kill you. Did you sign your will, and you picked out your casket, got your suit, you ready to go?
This is weird for Jackalmania because I needed to have myself sign a waiver for my own show. It's a very odd thing for me to try to process.
Well, I mean, it's probably the
past
insurance
couple days.
thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So, no, that's fair. That's a fair pick. Okay. Well, gentlemen,
not to piggyback, but it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when you just decide to tap out. Honestly,
Jesus.
We did a little scouting on Tommy, and let me just say the man has been eating his vitamins, and oh boy, Jackal's in trouble. Jackal's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
Well, turning the subject onto something that might give me a little more happiness, Mike, you can go ahead and let Kevin go, because the final match we'll talk about here is once again Era versus Fire Guy Kev in a bloodline rules match for the title. I have not seen either competitor yet. Don't worry, I'll talk to them once the podcast is over about that. I don't know who to pick here, Mike. I don't know, Mike, if you and I should give our picks just due to the nature of all of this.
I don't think we should. This is a very sensitive match. I don't know, man. I think this is one of those ones where we just kind of have to let the cards lie.
So, with that being said, Jackalmania, this Saturday, the day that the pod comes out, this Saturday night, going to be starting around 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to excuse myself from this. Mike, I think you'd be ready to join me because I think these two are about ready to blow up. If you've enjoyed the things I've said, this is Jackal Joker signing off for the podcast. You will see me next Monday. Very, very tired. Twitch.tv/Jackal Joker. It's very hard being a wrestling booker. If you miss it, it will be live on both the 3 Counting Out YouTube channel as well as the Jackal Joker YouTube channel. YouTube.com/3 Counting Out Pod or YouTube.com/Jackal Joker. Mike, hurry up. They're starting to get really angry at each other.
If you like me, listen to this. Just keep listening to it. If you don't, that's okay. I'm going to be in the first row at Jackalmania with the sign that says pork.
Okay, Mike. Okay, let him go. Let him go.
Real quick. Hold Kev back. I got to be the company man real quick. If you enjoyed this podcast, you subscribe. You hit that like button down below. You hit that bell button so you're notified whenever we post, whatever we post. We got videos coming out all the time. And if you're over on YouTube, subscribe. If you're on Spotify, follow, leave a 5-star rating, leave comments. Go watch Jackalmania. All I'm going to sign off with is this. One guy was muted for almost the entirety of this episode. It was not me. I'll see you at Jackalmania.
And all I got to say to that is I don't even need to show up. I don't even need to do the work. I don't even need to exert myself in order to beat you. Easiest cakewalk ever.
Let me at him. Come here, you motherfucker!